Hello, Anna.
Hello, hello.
Yeah. So, how are you? How is it going on in Moscow right now?
Thank you for invitation. I actually do not know physically what is happening in Moscow because I decided to escape from the city when everything started.
I
So I'm
understand.
physically in like Moscow, but actually I'm in Moscow region.
I
So
understand.
it's very close
Sure.
to Moscow. I'm a little bit away from the city, so I'm in the countryside, let's say. So
It's called a dacha. You are living.
it's called dacha in
Uh-huh.
Russian.
I
Yeah,
see.
it's very
Okay.
popular thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Luckily, so everyone is so happy. Yeah, it was a good luck for those who have dachas because it's easier to escape from big cities and coronavirus here because at least you could walk outside a little bit
Mm.
and to have fresh air, so not to sit in the apartment. And so it's easier, and
Uh-huh.
there is nature, there are birds, forests, so life is good
Beautiful.
here.
Actually, I am calling you from the mountain house too. But yeah, but
Aha.
a question. Many middle class Russian people has a dacha, near Moscow.
Yes, that is true. So
Uh-huh.
it's interesting. It was interesting because in Soviet Unions, many people were granted houses or part of the land in Moscow region or in other cities. And basically they started to build houses,
Mm-hmm.
and so for example my parents inherited it from their parents.
Uh-huh.
So it's the place where we go during the weekend, or sometimes we could stay there for a couple of days because Moscow is a really, really busy city. And this
Mm-hmm.
is the opportunity to see the nature at least and to enjoy your life.
Interestingly, this is a heritage of the Soviet Union, that case.
Yeah, yeah, but in
Uh-huh.
most of the cases, but people buy pieces of land, and it's not only in Moscow region. Sometimes people would go to other regions that are not far away from Moscow. So sometimes it takes 2 hours to get there, but in this case, you're lucky because you get good nature, forest, fields,
Oh, that's
and
beautiful.
everything that you
Mm-hmm.
could
I
spend
see.
time.
Okay. In Moscow, I heard that just recently, Russian government said that they will monitor by using internet. That's how people is behaving. Because
That's
and
true.
one of my friends who is Russian said that because Russian doesn't listen to the government. But I don't know whether it is true or not. But how do you think about it?
In general, I guess that Russian people are quite law-abiding. So we sometimes it could be that yeah, we do not follow the rules, and
Mm.
we follow our way. But yeah, so it's interesting situation because there is no state of emergency announced, and basically all the regions of Russia, because Russia is a federation and we have many regions,
Mm.
and in each region, the governor decides what kind
Each
of
regions,
measures
I see.
should be implemented. So Moscow is the most
I
was
agree.
severe
Hmm.
affected by the crisis. So most of the cases are there, and so our mayor of Moscow, decided to introduce new changes because when it was like the start of the active part of the
Mm.
pandemic,
Mm.
um, it was a good weather outside, so
Yeah, people
people
want to go out.
disregarded all these suggestions to
Mm.
stay home. So most of the people went outside,
I see.
and unfortunately, it was like the call for the government to implement the new rules, and
Hmm.
so people right now, actually starting from yesterday, from I 15th of April, decided to have this electronic passes, and you should apply every time when you want to go outside.
Wow.
And but there are, of course, if you are, for example, a policeman, or you work as a doctor, or you have a special pass of the person who works in a drugstronne, so you do not need to apply. So you have this pass, and you could go anywhere. But it is meant that you are not walking outside, so you go only from your home to your work and then back. You could go to grocery stores to buy something. But for example, my company is not an essential company, and we do not have, we're not producing anything essential. So I have to stay at home.
At home, I see.
And if I need to go somewhere, I do not know, to go to post office, so I could apply and get this pass.
Do you think you can take a walk?
Yeah.
You cannot take a walk.
I could, because I'm in the countryside.
Right.
But if I were in Moscow,
yeah,
so
Moscow's case, it is difficult to take a walk even.
But most of my friends who stayed in Moscow, so they told me that it's easy to go to a store or walk a little bit outside. Only you're not allowed to go to park, because all parks are closed. And there were cases when people were fined because they were walking with their dog in the park.
I see. But maybe a lot of pets also, they are frustrated too. That case.
That's true. But and all these cases when people rented their dogs. So I haven't. I heard that in Europe there were cases like this, but in Moscow, probably no. But dogs are lucky right now with their hosts.
Yeah, talking about your business side, because you are working with like a US side, you're talking about the commercial promotions, and because of this coronavirus, I believe that the business is shrunk, and this is a really tough time for you, I believe.
It's interesting and challenging time. Our organization works with huge corporations, so I guess many of them overcame many crises during their lifespan. But it could be felt that when everything started, companies were focused more on the internal work and operation, because there should be many changes regarding bringing their staff to remote mode, and dealing. So what to do, how to deal with their productions. So we felt that our support could be only like on a little bit later stage. So now we are trying somehow to organize online events, and we write letters to support companies to the government, because there should be good measures to be implemented. So life changed.
Yeah. Also, maybe that case.
So even
that case, this coronavirus pandemic may bring a lot of changes of the structure of the working and the behavior of the working in future too.
That's true, and it's interesting time because in every crisis there are opportunities, and it's important to just to adopt. And because this is just new reality, the world won't be the same as it was before. So companies should have no fear and should act in another way. So I believe that this is the time for learning something new or adopting, and just go ahead.
Do you have any message to the world and the Japanese that's under this pandemic? And do you have any messages from Russia?
Actually, This is my dream to travel to Japan.
Thank you.
And this is the country that, for every tourist or every person who travels there. So this is the country to be amazed. And it's interesting. There is an interesting story. When the crisis started, my friend ordered. I actually do not remember what exactly, but I guess it was something for coffee machine or for tea, and from Japan. And she received a package, and with the stuff that she ordered, there were several postcards with views of Japan, and there was a message written on one postcard in hand, like by handwriting. Like the owner of the business, Japanese person, he wrote her a message that thank you for supporting our business now. So we appreciate your order during this difficult
Pandemic.
times. So I was so touched by her story.
Yeah, I'm touched
and I guess
too. You know
how Japanese people are, and how. So this is something that in your nature is.
Oh, thank
so
you.
I would love. I'm really. This is so interesting to see how the world will be. But I wish everyone to stay optimistic and positive, find new opportunities, and just to be brave.
Yeah, because I believe that that business person in Japan must be suffering from a pandemic too. So we share same pain, I believe. Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah. Thank you very much, and please stay healthy, and please stay healthy, and let's get together again in your future. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the invitation, and I wish you the best, and also to stay healthy.
You. Okay. Bye bye.
Goodbye. Thank you.
はい、再びロシアからです。前のインタビューの時に比べてね、かなり緊張度が増しているのがわかります。やはりですね、彼女もですね、前の方と同じようにアンナという人ですけどね、今回は。要するにモスクワ郊外のダーチャという、要するにカントリーハウスの方に移動して、難を逃れてるわけですけどね、モスクワの中は、すごくね、緊張してて外出禁止令があって、エレクトロニックパスを持って、許可を得ないと外に出られないということですね。彼女自体はね、アメリカとロシアとの間で、いわゆるその商業的な取引のいろんなコーディネートをしたり、それからもともとはロシアのガバメントのために働いていたという非常に優秀な方なんですけどね、英語が非常にうまかったですね。でそういう彼女がね、一つすごい心に残るメッセージをくれましたね。というのはね、彼女の友人が日本からコーヒーメーカーを買ったと。それが届いたらしいんですよね。そしたらそのコーヒーメーカーのパッケージを開けたら手書きのメッセージが入っていたと。つまりこういう厳しい時に我々の製品を買ってくれてありがとうというメッセージが手書きで入ってたらしいんですよね。で、それに非常に心を打たれたということを告げてくれました。私も大変嬉しかったですね、日本人としてね。やはりですね、日本だけではなくて世界中が経済的に厳しいし、先の見えない厳しい中にいる。そういう中でこういう一つの行為がね、すごくお互いの心をつなぐんだなってことを実感いたしました。そういう温かい気持ちでインタビューできたのは良かったですね。さてと、また次の国を訪れたいと思います。楽しみにしてください。